Hey YouTube, it's Kidneydog. So we're gonna unpack some cards today. Kind of a mockery of the CS:GO stuff. But at the same time, I watched some of those videos, so whatever. I'm making fun of myself now too. I am aware that the cursor, for some reason, is way off, and that I've got weird black boxes around the edges. I'm actually going to point that out for you guys to get a chance to point that out because I haven't put the other videos up yet. I am not sure what makes the cursor located in the wrong place. It's not magic. The cursor is actually where I'm clicking on things, but for some reason what gets recorded has the mouse like off to the right and down a little bit from where it actually is. So without wasting any more time though, let's get to some of these unboxings. First off, just a bolt deck. Awesome. Added to collection. So pick up some Helioptiles, some Night March. So if I want to make a little Night March deck, this would be the one to go for, because now I got some Night March cards in it, little Joltics. Crabbies, Finions, meh. Don't care for the coin that much. Totodiles, Kinglers, which is this one? No, Crocodile. I've never tried the Totodile Crocodile for Alligator, but usually stage 2s are kind of hard to get to and make any form of use of. But the cool things to get from this is I am getting an Evo Soda. I'm also getting a Pokemon Center Lady, some Professor's Letters, Fan Clubs, Tyrannos. We know how much I love Tyrannos. I already have 4 of those though, so I guess I don't need them. And the Helioptile, let's see, Pound for 30, meh. Parabolic Spark requires me to discard a whole bunch of energy. Not going to be useful. I mean, 30 times however much I discard, it's hard to get energy down. I'd need something to really help me get energy down. Sorry about that. The Galvantula, switch one of my opponent's Pokemon, the active Pokemon, and make them confused. That's useful. Not a lot of people run things to prevent statuses is what I've seen. So that might be useful. Only 80 hit points, requires an evolution. Not terribly great though. And Electro Web to prevent them from retreating. Most people I play aren't interested in retreating. So that's not terribly useful either. Great. What about the Feraligatr? So Hyper Whirlpool, flip a coin until you get tails. Each head's discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So that's pretty nice. It's 6 damage, but it takes 3 energy, and again, it's stage 2, so I have to get the Totodile and then the Crocodile. You can get around this using those Dive Balls and those Evo Sodas, but that's still a lot of work to get there. And the second strike, doing 80 to 160. So that might be really useful. 160 is pretty high up there. I think it's still a little bit short, though, to take out most of the EX Pokemon. They're a problem for me. Okay, and then the other one is the Earth Pulse. So, Bidoof and Bibarel, terrible in the video game. The only thing I ever used them for was to learn all of the different HM moves and get me from place to place. I never actually used them as like a solid choice for anything, because, let's be serious here, they're kind of a joke. However, while the Bidoof is still absolutely terrible, the Bibarel, if I go and find it here, where are you at? The Bibarel. So, for just 1 energy, I can automatically put my opponent to sleep. That's really useful for buying time. It's got 120 hit points. That's pretty good for a stage 2. I mean, the Lapras gets me 110 and I don't have to evolve it at all. But this is a 1 cost, instantly put an opponent to sleep, can buy me more rounds, 120 hit points. Takes, more than just a little love tap to take it out. It does take 3 energy to get continuous headbutt, but 80 per heads until you get a tails. So you get 2 heads in a row, it's 160 damage. I have definitely seen Bibarels bail me out of bad situations. So the Bibarel, if you like playing really risky, is actually a really nice normal type to have in your deck. Because that continuous headbutt and the on buys you time to get the energy. The continuous headbutt, I mean, if you're running double energy, it's 1 energy for the on, put them to sleep, maybe get around there. Next round, you put down the double colorless, and suddenly you can wrap out 80 damage real quick. So it's actually pretty nice. I actually really like the Bibarel and would consider them a solid choice if you're looking to put a normal type, colorless into your deck. The Metatites I have not been impressed with. Really low HP. Yeah, they do 20 damage, but they're so weak. The Trapinch, not terribly useful unless you have the Vibrava and the Flygon to go with it, and I haven't even tried that combo personally. I like the Rhyhorn, Rhydon, Rhyperior, which is part of this deck. The takedown, does a little bit of damage to itself. Trapinch, the Dynamo. Oh great, 20 damage, 40 hit points. Yeah, it's not worth anything. Zigzagoon, Headbutt, and flip a coin to avoid getting hurt next round. Yeah, no thanks. The Acrobike, pick a card, discard a card. I'd rather have Tierno. Linoon, 30 damage, up to 90. Probably more likely to get 30, maybe 60 on average. And Dash Attack doing 30 to one of the benched. Again, you can easily get powered up, but only 90 hit points. I'd rather have a Bibarel personally. Another Evo Soda. Oh, I almost skipped this one. The Electric, 90 hit points. I have to evolve it. 2 energy to do 20, 3 energy to do 30 times the number of heads, so probably 60 on average. It's really not a great damage output. Evo Sodas and Freshwater are pretty nice. The Freshwater go really nicely with the Groudon in this deck. Let's see. Fan Clubs, Letters. I haven't used much of the Scorched Earth. Usually you're trying to run like as few energy as possible, so it's not terribly useful to have something that encourages you to discard. However, if you have the Blacksmith Supporter card, Scorched Earth would go really well with it. You can use the Scorched Earth to get more cards into your hand, and then you can use the Blacksmith to get all those cards you just discarded, all those energy, back down onto the field, 2 of them back onto a Pokemon. So it can be a really good way to like get energy down on a Pokemon, like 3 energy in a single turn. You put 1 down, you discard 2, and run the Blacksmith. And so now you have 3 energy down on a Pokemon, and you have 4 more cards in your hand from discarding. So that can combos really nicely, actually. But like I said, I actually happen to like the Rhydon. Now I do 10 damage to myself, Horn Drill for 70. Takes a lot of energy to get there, though. The teammates can be kind of nice. If you get knocked out, lets you just go search for 2 cards. It's nice that it's just 2 cards. I mean, if it was, 2 Pokemon, meh. If it was 2 items, meh. But it's 2 cards, so I can go look for a Pokemon and an item. I can look for an energy if I really need those. The availability of this card to kind of bail you out of a bad spot is pretty nice. Tierno. This was the Groudon I was talking about. So Rock Smash, 2 energy to do 20 to 40 damage. I'd only count on it doing 20. But the Break Ground to do 100 damage. Yeah, it does 10 damage to each of yours on the bench. But if you're running the set with the Fresh Water, you can easily use this attack twice. Most things will be gone. And you can run the Fresh Water to peel off 20 of that damage to everyone on your bench. Or you can just not run much on the bench, and then it's not a huge issue. And the Medicham, it can attack twice in a turn, so you can use Yoga Kick twice, but 60 damage for 2 energy isn't terribly great. 90 HP, again, not terribly great. What's really useful about it is you could potentially kick an opponent, take them out, and then get some startup damage on the next person. However, for the most part, low HP, low damage output, not really worth it, unless you're trying to run like a really aggressive deck. So you could count on things like Medichams and stuff to really get you running right off the bat, with their low energy cut and decent damage output. Oh cool, it's like shiny of some kind. Looks weird. Sorry. And the Rhyperior, so the Stone Edge is nice, 80 to 120 damage, costs 4 energy, so that's kind of up there. So I'm going to have to sit on my bench and somehow build him up in time, hope that my opponent doesn't pull him out with a Lysander or anything like that. But the Rock Shower is what I actually like the Rhyperior for. So flipping 3 coins, 20 damage times the number of heads to all of your opponent's Pokemon, ignoring weakness and resistance. So, if 150 hit points, you can probably get 2 of these off, which means you can probably count on doing something like 80 damage to every Pokemon your opponent has. That will put most of them pretty close to finishing damage. So, or at least half if they're running a bunch of EXs. So, I don't know, for certain decks that can be really nice, but again, it's hard to get up to that point in time. Lightning Turn, meh, 100 hit points, requires an evolution. Switch one on your bench, so that can be nice if you're looking for a way to just kind of change up who's in front, things like that. And the Electric Shock, 70 damage, I have to get rid of everything I have, but they're paralyzed. Can use to buy around, but I mean, discarding all of your energy, undoing 3 turns, putting energy down, not worth it. Okay, so now let's actually do the packs. So, let's open the reward chest first. What'd I get? I got tokens. Nice. And Go-Go. Search your deck for up to 2 supporter cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Nice. Charge Dash, do 20 more damage. If you do 20 to itself. So 3 energy to do 70 damage. Has 110 hit points. It's pretty nice. Pretty solid card. Probably should have clicked open another. Yep, I should have. Only 5 this time. Meh. And Xatu. Look at cards on top of the deck, put them back in any order. That's pretty useless. I really don't like the shuffling things on top of an opponent's deck. 90 hit points, pretty low. Reveals our hand, discard a trainer card you find there. Can be useful, but meh, I don't really think that's any kind of decent. Ooh. Ooh, let me look. Oh, I can't. It's not just low resolution, I can't read it either at the moment. Okay, so there's an electric I want to go look up. Flip a coin if heads paralyzed, but I cannot see. It looks like it's Omega Barrier, and I don't remember what that is. Dang it, I'm gonna have to go look that one up now later. Yes! Oh, cool. So I had seen this recently. Someone had double dragon energy, and they put it down, and I'd never seen it. Can only put on dragon. Provides every type of energy, but only 2. Provides 2 of any type of energy you want. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Only 2 energy at a time. Only all those cards attached to a dragon Pokemon. So it's limited to dragon, but that's really nice. Sweet. I'm super psyched about getting that. I'm in the middle of opening things, but I want to go see that. I want to go find that recently opened. You can't really sort by type. It's pretty bad about that. Whenever your opponent plays a trainer card, prevent all effects of that card done to this Pokemon. Okay, so Mega Barrier lets you block things like switches and things like that. That's not. No, that's a terrible little card. Great, thanks. So let's open. Might as well just start here. Do I have to tear it? Can I just click it? I can click it. What did I get? Binnacle, Geodude. I'm not super psyched about any of these yet. And there's a drum roll, that's kind of annoying. Okay, stop with the drum roll. Sweet. And just to make it quiet. Okay. Your influence. Move as many damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon as you like to any of your opponent's other Pokemon in any way that you like. Okay, so if you have something that's doing like splash damage, like the Rhyperior I was just talking about, you know, you put down, let's say you only get 1 head, so 20 damage on all of your opponent's Pokemon. If they have 1 active and 2 benched, 60 damage, you can move around 60 damage here. And then Psychic does 10 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So that doesn't get crazy powerful, but it's not bad. And how many hit points does that have? 90? Yeah, it's a low hit points. Barbicle, discard fighting energy, 30 damage times the number of energy cards you discard. So, no, thank you. 10 damage times the number of damage counters on it. No. Yeah, 60 hit points, not. Okay. Open another. Maybe we'll get better stuff. That was not terribly great. Got a Goomy. Who doesn't like a Goomy? And a Scrafty. Sweet. So the Goomy's nice. Well, okay, I say the Goomy's nice. I like Goomy. Goomy's cool. Goomy's great. Goomy's life. Agility, meh. Smokescreen buys you an extra round, potentially. It looks like the Buniri is pooping a rainbow. You see that too, right? It's pooping a rainbow. It's not just me. Palpad. Shuffle 2 support cards from your discard into your deck. Sweet! Take that, Versus Seeker. Ha! That's awesome. I definitely like that. That's an awesome. It's not even a supporter card. It's just an item card. Oh, but they go back into my deck, don't I? Meh. Dang it. Maractus. During next turn, flip 6 coins instead of 2 for prickly needles. Attack does 20 damage times the number of heads. Wow, so I can do up to 120 damage if you get 6 heads. So it's not like, let's say I get 3, so I do 60 damage. It's not too bad, but it takes a round to set up, so normally you're going to get about 20 damage out of it. Can evolve during your first turn. That's always nice. And Jet Headbutt. I actually like this Crafty. Starts putting out good damage. 100 hit points, 80 damage. It's pretty good. And I got one more. Ooh, Weasel. I like Weasel. Okay, enough with the drum roll. Oh, please tell me that's the one that I want. Okay, quickly. If heads does 20 more damage. Meh, I think. Yeah. Discard a fire energy from your hand. If you can't discard a fire energy, you can't play this card. Draw 2 cards. No, thank you. 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon, or 30 damage. No, 70 hit points, that's pretty weak. Each Pokemon has no resistance. That can be nice. The Skuntank, large damage. Yes! Yes! Haha! Okay, so the reason I'm psyched about the Pyroar, I'm aware that there's a problem with the Litleos having low HP and being killed off pretty quickly. Fine, I'll find a way to deal with it. The Pyroar is immune to damage from EX Pokemon. A Veltal EX, Lugia EX, all the things that people are running tons of that I see. Now the Seismitoad's going to kick my butt. Absolutely crush me. Articunos can't hurt me. Yveltals can't hurt me. Kyogres can't hurt me. Groudons can't hurt me. Any of the EX Pokemon except for maybe the Mega Evolutions can't hurt me. Because it's immune to damage from basic Pokemon. And EX Pokemon are basic Pokemon. So I am super psyched about the Pyroar. And I will probably be immediately building a Charizard EX and Pyroar deck. The Charizard EX to get fire energy out, and I'll run some energy switches and some blacksmiths to get just keep piling the energy onto my deck, onto my bench. And that thing is freaking awesome. Yes. What was I opening that I got this from? You know what? I'll go back and look at the video and figure out what deck I was opening this from, because I'm going to get a couple of those. I think Pyroars are awesome. I think they're a great way to shut down all the stupid EX heavy decks that are pissing me off. And it's the #1 way to shut down Megawrite's deck that she always plays me with, which is why I wish I had that card in real life. No, not going to get more. So I think that was a Flash Fire. So let's open up the XY boosters. Come on. And Diglett. I haven't seen a Diglett before. Top card opponent's deck. You may then make your opponent shuffle their deck. Yeah, that's pointless. 20 damage, no thank you. The Krokorok, yeah, I said that right. Discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Maybe, that could be kind of nice for keeping their energy down, but it's low in damage, low in hit points, and it takes an evolution. Yeah, not too fond of that. The Fairy Garden's pretty nice if you're running a fairy deck. Search your deck for basic energy, attach it to one of your Pokemon, shuffle afterwards. I'd rather be running Xerneas with Geomancy, which lets me put 2 energy down per turn from my deck to my bench. And Hocus Pocus, really? Whoa, wait, what? Defending Pokemon can't attack during your opponent's next turn. Well, that's cool. You can just stop them from attacking. But they can always switch. Not too many people do that. That's pretty nice, actually. I like the little Wigglytuff. Yawn, put people to sleep, that's awesome. Discarding energy, not so awesome. Let's open another. What I got? Come on. Okay. Sort of. Actually, so it's got less hit points than the Froakie I have been using, but go away, pillow. Being able to get the, because I usually have the Froakie down, and the first thing I do is I get other Pokemon down on the bench, and then I have to find a way to get it off. And up until now, I've just been letting people knock it out to get it out of the way, so I can move myself forward. But with the Froakie, it still costs energy though, and I really don't want to be wasting energy on the little Froakie. Destiny Burst, 5 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. That can kind of nice, just for the sake of, well, but it's not guaranteed. Yeah, you have to flip a coin. Extra damage to Grass type. There's another one of those Crocorox. Max Revive. Discard pile back on top of my deck. Can always be useful. The Fairy Garden again. Malamar. Where does this one have? There's like 3 or 4 different Malamars. I always get them confused. If the defending Pokemon tries to attack next turn, flips a coin. If tails, nothing. So 100 damage, 1 energy, potentially blocks damage. Okay. And not 100 damage, 100 hit points. Does 30 damage. And then Puncture, 70 damage, not affected by resistance. That's not a bad card. It's not a great card. I happen to like the Scolipede, 150 hit points, but it's hard to get there. It really is. But the Poison Ring can be kind of nice. I don't know, its damage is pretty low, even though it's got so many hit points. And no, we're not going to get more. Okay, Ancient Origins. Moving on. The bags never tear like that. Let's be real, they never ever tear like that. See a lot of new things. Oh, cool. I'm having some good luck. 2 Pokemon tool cards, reveal them, put them into your hand. I don't run that many tools. Does 10 damage to itself for 30 damage. Yeah, no. No thank you. Makes them flip a coin, 50 hit points, no thank you. The Farewell Letter, so if you're running a Psychic deck, that can be kind of useful. Just to get it stuff in your, it's pretty much just there to help you draw cards, really. Different Gumi. Attach water energy from your hand to this Pokemon, search your deck for a Gumi and put it onto your bench. Oh. That's cool. Oh, never mind. I was thinking Gumi was Sliggoo. And I was like, cool, that's a way to get more. No, okay, never mind. Still, low hit points though. Combee, very low hit points. I need to see the Vespiquen to see if that's even like worth it. I've had some people totally screw me over with this, where it's really good for stopping people like me that have tend to have a large hand. You know, you watch your opponent get like up to a big hand, and they're like starting to put down energy. And you play this, and suddenly their hand is back down to 3, and you're up to 6, and it's really nice. I'm probably going to try and work that into the next deck that I build. Sliggoo. Active Pokemon is now paralyzed. 70 hit points though, not great. Each of your Stage 1 Pokemon in play is now a Fire type in addition to its existing types. No, because I don't really have any item cards. I guess you could use the Flare effect along with the Blacksmith to get fire energy down on something that traditionally isn't a fire type. Yeah, so I could see that. I could see you running Eevee and fire energy, evolve it to the Flareon, and then you can use Blacksmith to get like 2 fire energy onto like a Rayquaza or something. A Rayquaza EX, which normally isn't a fire type. I'm not sure, I'd have to test that. And what's this Machamp EX? So 180 hit points. Like I said, most EXs are up there. You have to be doing like 200 hit points to take them out. 20 damage times the number of damage counters. So if he's got 6 on him, he's doing 120 damage. That's pretty good since it's only got a cost of 2. And then Crazy Hammer, if affected by a special condition, does 80 more damage. Then remove the special condition. If you're paralyzed, not paralyzed, if you're poisoned or burned, that's useful. If you're confused, you're likely to just hit yourself. And if you're asleep or paralyzed, there's nothing you can do about it anyways. So I really don't think that's useful. But I was pretty psyched about some of the other cards I got there. Hey, Wooper! I like Wooper. No drumroll. I don't like the drumroll. It bugs me. Heal 20. No. No, no, no. Steel. That's nice, because of all the fairy types that are running around. The Xerneas are so freaking hard to take out. That is the most powerful splash I have ever seen. 30 damage. Just 30 damage. It's better than the takedown on the Grelicanth, because it doesn't hurt itself when it does it. At any time between turns, put 2 damage counters on each Mega Evolution Pokemon. Okay. I could see that. Meh. Support a card from your opponent's discard and use it as the effect of this card? Okay, so I can like use my opponent's discarded supporters. That's nice. 3 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon, so it does 30 damage. That's actually pretty nice as far as dark decks go, because you can like abuse your opponent trying to catch up. And 3 damage isn't a lot, but it's only 2 energy. And each player's discard pile has no abilities. What Pokemon have discard in... This must be to like... I can't think of too many scenarios where you're like trying to counter an opponent's discard or hand abilities. But I guess I could see that. Maybe if you know something's coming up. So you just devolve all of them? They can just evolve all of them unlimited next turn. Like, Rewind would be useful for a Mega Evolution Pokemon, I guess. You can devolve the Mega Evolution and force them to end their turn again, so that would be cool. You can kind of shut down a Mega Evolution with that. Hyper Beam, that's a weak Hyper Beam. That Hyper Beam is just as powerful as the Epic Splash. Magikarp does Hyper Beam damage. That's just a little weird. Oh hey, that's the card I kept looking for. B-Drain, heal from this Pokemon the same amount of damage you did to your opponent, so 20 hit points. Meh. That sucks. 90 hit points for the Vespiquen. That sucks. Flip 3 coins, 30 times the number of heads, so at best I'm going to do 90 damage. This is not a good card, but it may have 2 Pokemon tool cards attached to it, so you could put a Hardstone and a Muscle Band, or 2 Muscle Bands on it, and then you're doing 40, 60 damage. Yeah, but that's really theory crafting at that point in time. I really don't think the Vespiquen's worth it. Devolve as many of your benched Pokemon as many times as you like. Put each evolution card removed this way into your hand. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Woo! Oh no, it doesn't evolve. Prevent all effects of your opponent's Pokemon's abilities done to this Pokemon. So it's immune to abilities. If you were running like, I don't know, maybe Crobat, Golbat, Zubat, I could see you like, you have like 2 of the Zubats down and the Golbats down, and then you put Porygon Z out, and you could use a digital reboot to pull off the evolution. And then next turn you can put them back down again for damage. I don't really see that. I don't know, 130 hit points, but it's a stage 2. Or, it is a stage 2. Okay, no, that's going to be hard to get to. I don't think it's worth it. Ampharos Link, that's always cool. Energy Recycler, those are pretty nice. The Vaporeon is now a water Pokemon in addition to its other types. I think that can work well with Aurorus. I think I said that right. But otherwise, this is one of the EV evolutions I'm not terribly fond of. Let's open another. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else there. The Meowth had something, but I don't see myself playing it. 1. Ooh. I am having some great luck. Just 10 damage, but they put them to sleep. So, yeah, I prefer paralysis or confusion, but sleep can be nice. The cards that buy you 1 turn for 1 energy can be nice, and that one can potentially buy you more than 1 turn. Quagsire, 110 hit points, 30 damage, and 80 damage, and it takes water energy. So maybe run a Quagsire in a deck with a Vaporeon, maybe? Not affected by... This attack's damage isn't affected by resistance. I could actually see me running Now 110 hit points for stage 1. It's decent, it's not great. And I have the ink split. Switches one of your benched, meh. Move as many grass energy attached to your Pokemon to your other Pokemon as you like for 60 damage. Yeah, but it's a stage 2. If you can get to it, it's decent, but you need to find a way to reliably get to it. This Pokemon may have up to 2 Pokemon tool cards attached to it. Okay, so now I'm seeing the Magikarp Gyarados being a very real threat. Running 2, muscle bands, 40 damage. So 40 bonus damage, or 20 damage and 20 resistance or something like that. And use full retaliation, 30 more damage for each damage counter on each of your benched Magikarp. That's interesting. Wow, so now you want to find a way to do damage to your own Pokemon. So maybe run it in a deck with something like Groudon. Run Groudon Gyarados. Gyarados does damage to the Magikarp, and then you put down a... But your Magikarp are going to be so low and easy to pick off. If your opponent has any kind of splash, you just put yourself in KO range. But what about the Thrash, though? If heads, 30 more damage. If tails, 30 to itself. There's probably a way to build a good Gyarados deck. I'm just not sure what it is. And Mega Tyranitar EX. Okay, so I'm sort of lucky. It's cool. It can have 2 Pokemon tool cards on it as well. But I don't have a Tyranitar EX, so I can't play this. It does 60 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. 60 for each? Okay, well that 2-shots anything. I mean, 110, and then the next turn it'll do 660, so 770 damage. Yeah, not much is standing up to that. Still, pretty cool. I liked getting it. I have a lot of those, so let's come back to that. We'll come back to that. I'm counting on the Furious Fist decks to really pay off. Skarmory, I wish I had that in real life again. And... not the greatest wins ever. Slash 90. So Skarmory's pretty good for a steel deck. If you're running a steel deck, I definitely have Skarmory in it from what I've seen so far. Meh. 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 That's always nice to have. Flip 2 coins, 30 damage times the number of heads. Okay. Not really. I wish they wouldn't include this. It's not a legal card. If you're not going to let us use it anywhere, stop making it. Nobody wants it. It would be nice, but it's just way too powerful, and no, it's just stupid. Trick Sticker is now electric until the end of your next turn. That's cool. It does 30 more damage. I like Pachirisu. 70 HP is not great. It's pretty low, but the Trick Sticker could be really cool, like doubling up the damage that you're going to do to him next round. So you do 20, but you could do 40 and as much as 100 damage for just 2 energy. That's pretty nice. But a Grass Energy has 200 HP. It can buy you a lot of time. 10 damage times the number of cards in your hand. I tend to like having lots of cards in my hand. So that could be nice. Could be. What we got? Ooh, cool, Bronzor. Bronzong, but I don't have a Bronzor. Knopf. Meh. Not the Dedenne that I want. 10 damage more, no thank you. 10 and 30, no thank you. Remove special energy. I've seen a lot of people counting on like double colorless and stuff, and so I'm thinking Xerosic might be pretty nice. We start putting back in decks again. Night March, I want to continue along that. Heal 30, do 40, meh. Mystery Energy are always nice to get, so that's pretty cool. Reduces retreat cost. It's okay. May attach Steel Energy from my discard to my bench. But it doesn't... okay. So that's pretty cool. 60 damage isn't too great. Its HP is lower than Skarmory. I have to evolve it. So overall, I'd rather have 4 Skarmory than 4 Bronzong. But I could see the Bronzong being potentially useful for staging. So there's that Skill Dive. No, there's more Night March. No. Call for Family. 2 basic Pokemon, put them onto your bench, so that can always be useful. 70 hit points isn't too bad either. And 2 energy to Confuse is also not too bad. There's that trump card I hate so much. The Furo's okay. Again, 90 hit points, I mean Skarmory's better. 10 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, yeah, no. And, hard to read. Text this Pokemon, this card is attached to cost. The attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to cost more energy. Okay. Meh. Not get more. Done. So I guess now we're on to the Primal Clash. Oh, I was trying to adjust. Oh, you know what? Let me fix that real quick. Well, now I won't be able to hear that. And I'll silence it for you guys here in a second. I didn't have the headphones plugged in, so the TV was playing the sound back at me. So it may have been doubling up in the mic, and if so, I feel bad about that. Hopefully it's far enough away it didn't. It's just drum roll too, for most of the time. Prevent. During your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon would be damaged, prevent that attack's damage done if it's 50 or less. Okay, so I can kind of buy you time. You don't have to flip any coins. Basic energy attached to one of your bench. Your opponent's active Pokemon is not confused. So Loomis is one of the cards I was talking about. 70 hit points, 1 energy. I can either get energy down or I can confuse my opponent. I like Pokemon like that to kind of supplement, you know, the bigger Pokemon that you're trying to build up. Sap Zipper, 40 more to Grass type, Derail. Meh. Bouffalant, also so 110 hit points. 3 energy to do 80 damage, and does 40 more if I happen to be up against a grass deck, so that can be really nice. 2 special energy cards, put them into your hand, so that's nice if you're having trouble getting, you know, special fire and stuff like that. As far as its attack, not great, and its HP isn't great either, so maybe if you're really desperate to get, like, Double Dragon or something, that would be a card worth playing. 40 to 60, and Confusion, and 3 energy for Mega Kick to do 80. That's it's a decent evolution there. Ha! I can't hear anything. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, I just got that. What do you mean new? Tentacle, Psyshot, meh. Combuskin, meh. Tangrowth. 20 for 50 damage, 130 HP. 10 damage for each colorless in your opponent's active Pokemon retreat cost. It's very situational. I don't see it being terribly useful. And let me fix something real quick. Let's make it so that you guys don't have to listen to the drum roll either. There we go. No drum roll for anyone. All good. Right? No drum roll? Yep, no drum roll. Cool. Silence. Nidoran. I like Nidoran. It's even the male. No, that's female. It looked really purpley for a bit there. If heads, confused. If tails, it's confused. 10 damage each. I don't see Spin Beans. It's got okay hit points. 1 energy, Confusion. Awesome. Don't have to flip a coin to do it. Automatically happens. Look for Weedle. Put them onto your deck. No. Wish Cache. I've gone up against one of these. Amnesia is pretty sweet. For instance, a lot of like the Mega Charizard, it only has 1 attack. Amnesia, 20 damage. I can just prevent him from using that attack. Next turn, he can't do anything. The only attack he has, I can get rid of. So you can really effectively, if they only have 1 damaging attack, you can really shut down a person with that. Silent Lab. No abilities. Okay. 90 hit points, 20 damage, and 30 up to 120. I think I saw one earlier. Sweet, Slash. Has no weakness. That's not a great ability, to be honest. 80 damage. Reduced damage to 20 for 3. It's okay, 140 hit points, 80, but it's a stage 2, so it's going to be a little hard to get to. And Groudon, which I happen to already like, and I've already talked about. Now, let's not get more.